only on esportbf.com.
So, do you think that we're going to be seeing a good match here today? It is going to be a best of three, so they are going to have plenty of opportunities to show it.
Yeah, and I think Virtual Team is slightly better, but however, I have seen HzD do some great things today. Finishing third in the G4G qualifier as well. So I think they've been stepping up their game, and even the two draws, they were pretty close matches. So in the end, I think it'll come down to the wire.
All right, all right. Well, we are going to go ahead and get it started here on Sinai Desert. Legolas is going to be going back around here for a flank. And not too sure if he was going to be able to get any kills off. It doesn't look like it, but he's actually running right next to a guy. He just hasn't been spotted out yet. The medic here by Hazard should be able to take him down, and he does. So Legolas is the first to go around off of that flank. So nobody going to be able to capture Alpha just yet. We do see Noan. And he is up on top of the ridge currently. He does get spotted out by a shot. So far, not looking too awfully good here for Hazard. We do see the mortar support starting to try and get a couple of shots in on the tank, but he's quickly going to get spotted out. Oh, shot, though. Doesn't end up going down, so nice little communication going in for the teammates there, as they will be able to call out that push. Legolas, though, he's getting very aggressive here onto this tank. He really wants to take this tanker down. I think, is it Toppy or Thoppy? Do you know?
I would go with Thoppy.
Thoppy? All right, we're going with Thoppy. Hey. This time, since Deuce is already going to mess it up,
blame me.
I take no responsibility on that one. But Thoppy is going to get some long-range shots, and he will be able to tag up the tank just a little bit here. So, I mean, really, this is kind of the tail of this map here. It's whoever can get really that armored dominance going down, and then once they do, they like to push up on top of that ridge, get very aggressive onto the other side of the map, and it's just very hard to get out of spawn. We've seen most of the teams doing really, really well on the on the allied side of the map. As the Axis side, I mean, once you get pushed back there, it's, oh god, it's so hard to get back out. The spawn trap is real when you get over there. We are going to be seeing some long range shots coming in. AT assault still from Legolas. I mean, he wants that tank dead. He's got a mission. And damn it, he is definitely going to be finishing here. We do see the tank, though, from VT, going to go ahead and push on up. He's getting some really nice hits onto the tank. I think the tank actually just went down. If not, it's getting very close. Yeah, he's going to get a couple of mortars coming on in, and he should be dead here in just a few seconds. He's trying to out-repair him, and he is actually going to be able to do just that. So the mortar not able to take him out, but... man, that was some good repairing. Hey, you know what? Whoever said that a monkey wrench can't do anything, you just saw it right there. He could be the saving grace in this game. Although, we are getting very close to finishing up this sector. They need to get onto the flag here very, very soon. Legolas finally getting next to the tank. Will end up doing some nice damage, get it disabled, but not really going to matter, as we are going to finish out on that first sector, moving on to sector number 2. So, yeah, not really... too highly contested there on that particular point, but that's kind of to be expected for B flag. Or I'm sorry, for A flag. For B flag, though, hopefully we're going to be getting a much better showing.
It does bother me though when I see a guy with you have 8 tickets, and you're repaying your tank instead of just rushing for the flag. There's no point.
Yeah, absolutely. We do see a very, very heavy push coming in right now from VT over here towards the bottom side of B. Does look like they will be able to try and push out these players here in just a few seconds. Legolas is getting fairly aggressive right now. And we are going to be seeing him going in for a massive flank. Once again, this guy loves his flanks. He will be spotted. Will end up going down, so no kills going in his favor just yet. Solak Killer will be able to pick up at least one using that med kit. We do have the squad leader up as well here for VT, so they're going to constantly be getting reinforcements coming in onto this backside. They should be able to get onto the B flag here fairly soon. But yeah, nobody actually getting onto the burn. I thought we were going to be seeing maybe a push coming in, but no, they decide to actually just go for an aggressive flank.
Is this BGM or?
You see Joey going down.
On the flat?
Yeah, Blaze is close to it. He spotted the guy out. He knows there's at least one sitting right on the edge of the burn here is going to be Vuckerson. And did get a little bit of damage there from the tank. Can't quite see him though through those sandbags, but they are going to be winning out in the burn finally here. Now remember, guys, this is going to be King of the Hill basically. So, we are going to be seeing Legolas going in for the tank. Not able to get the kill though. We'll have to back on out. And Solar Killer will be able to take down that last and final player who's sitting up on top of that B side. But as I was saying before, this is King of the Hill, so these kills mean absolutely nothing in terms of the points. We really need to be seeing these players get onto the flag, getting the captures, because that's really what's going to be winning the game here ultimately. You can have the best KD and still lose this match, but we do see now that VT is going to be able to get those first couple of tickets on the board for set number 2, and they are slowly but surely getting taken down onto that B site. So flipping on over to the blue team here, HzD, as they have managed to get at least 3 players setting up on top of this point. Be careful though, as we are going to be seeing that tank player getting picked up, and that was going to be Noan. Oh, man, I know I'm saying that name wrong, but we're going with that. Is going to go ahead and get revived as well. So a lot of pressure here onto that B site. They will be able to win the burn for the time being. See if they can clean up a couple more of these frags. Needing to back on up. Joey here is seeing his teammates falling all around. And he's going to go ahead and just get out of dodge for the time being. Now armor is down, remember. So we're not going to be seeing any tanks getting onto this point, just causing complete and utter havoc. Legolas does go down. Skunk Ninja is the only player, I believe. Nope, we do have one more. They're definitely running ragged. We'll be able to get that last and final kill. More spawns are going to be coming on in. So they have managed to save the cap here onto that B site. 3-3 now in terms of the tickets onto this set. So this is definitely looking a lot better than what we had previously.
We have lost objective butter.
So nice shots going back and forth for each of these players. And we really need to get some meds going down over here. Noan is very, very low on health. We do see that B site getting stalled out now. Nobody is going to be able to get any kind of tickets whatsoever. There you go. We'll be able to take him out. Noan does spot up one on top of the building, throwing out the limpet charge. Can it get some damage? No, it can't. So nobody is going to go down there, but Joey coming in for the save on a couple of these revives. And we should be seeing them spawning in as well on the spawn beacon. So they haven't been completely pushed out here. They do have a fairly decent presence, but nobody is getting in onto that flag to cap it over. So this is turning into a team deathmatch that literally cannot be won at this moment.
Need ammunition.
Joey is going to be able to spot out Blaze. Tags him up just a little bit there on the side, but Blaze, though, getting a little bit super sneaky there, laying down. We'll be able to get that different angle onto the players, taking him out. Solek going to be coming around from the backside with his medic kit as well. And guys, we talked about it. This gun right here is just so damn good at just killing infantry players. And they will be able to clear that out. So at the moment, we are going to be seeing VT finally getting control of that flag. It did take them quite a bit, but they are going to be able to have an armor presence as well. Armor is going to be spawning in for HzD. So we are going to be seeing some tank on tank action going back and forth in just a few moments. And Solikilla trying to find out where they are going to be flanking in from. It does look like, though, we are going to be seeing the mortar support doing some work onto the other side's tank. Yeah, HzD does have to go ahead and back on out, get their repair going. But Vuckerson is going to be returning the favor, pushing back their opponent's tank as well. 7-3 at the moment. In this second set, HzD really struggling to get out of their spawn, get onto this flag. The tank is going to go ahead, decide to jump onto the point. I don't know if this is going to be the best of positions to be in. He is getting a couple of shots in from the tank preemptively. The infantry players, though, are going to be swarming the point. This is exactly how you make an attack here. None is going to be able to get at least one grenade off. Takes out the tank as well, so really good push going in all the way. They need to make sure that Thapi is going to be able to get those repairs on the armor as much as possible. Solakilla is really the only player here that could potentially make an impact, and he does end up going down. Mortar support trying to do as much as he possibly can, but again, Thapi is just out repairing any kind of damage that could potentially go down. So B-Flag now shifting into the possession of HzD with 4 tickets on the board for the second set. They will be able to stop it at 8 for VT, so definitely looking good. We'll see if they're going to be able to hold on. So Deuce, right now, you got a little bit of time as VT, so you don't really have to worry too awful much. But now, if you are going to be in the position here of HzD, this is a pretty crazy setup. Where do we need to be seeing these players positioning themselves?
I mean, they gotta watch out on the far right flank because right now that's pretty much empty, and that's gonna, they're just focusing on the bottom left right now. And if they don't rotate well enough, you're gonna get swarmed right away. See, they got 3 players looking at one side, and then the other side is completely empty. So if VT notices this and comes in, this is an easy push, especially if you're right behind the tank as well. And the tank has pretty much nowhere to back out from there.
Right, yeah. So we are going to be seeing a couple of those players going down onto the right side. It does look like the tank player will try and make a flank over there to the left. That did fail. I'm not going to be having anything there. But Vuckerson is going to be spotting out this push coming in from afar, will end up going down. And right now we do see Solakillas trying to get the revives going down. It's 1 ticket left onto this B site, and there it is. So we are going to be having a 1-1 tied up. That was definitely a back and forth there onto that B site. And yeah, very, very good hold, I would have to say, defensively. You really needed to see that push happen maybe a couple of seconds earlier to try and get onto the flag to stall it out. But overall, really good job from HzD after what looked like was going to be a little bit of a stomping there onto that B site.
Yeah, no, for sure. HzD definitely got it back together. Wasn't demoralized by that initial VT push. So
absolutely.
No, good on them.
So right now we are going to be seeing, I like this push coming out right now from HzD, getting all those infantry players there onto the C site. I don't really feel like you need to attack the tank too often much. I think the tank can spot out a lot of the players that could potentially come down. But Nine is going to be setting up on top of that C site. And he's getting a lot of bullets coming in on him.
The tank from HzD, what a shot. They got 3 shots and disabled their tank. I don't know if you saw that. That was crazy.
No, I didn't. Thapi is currently out of his tank right now.
He destroyed theirs, though, so...
Well, a trade for a trade is definitely going to be good, so you can't complain about that. But we do see that C site now going down into the favor of VT. Thapi is not in the best of positions here to make any kind of move whatsoever. Who's he going to be going up against over here? That is going to be Shot. And he is going to be using that support kit, so he will be able to outrange Thapi in a one-on-one fight. But this is looking pretty decent here so far with the setup. I like what Legolas is going to be doing. And Solacats is also going to be trying to keep up his team alive as much as possible with those med kits. A lot of smoke's going to be going down, as this push is imminent onto the C site. 3 tickets so far. And it does look like the ammo is starting to run out just a little bit here for VT onto the C flag. Solakilla is trying to make sure that he can get this really good angle. There's going to be one guy setting up on top of the rocks. He's now going to be down. But we do see Zabu down below. He is going to be using this massive secondary there for the tanker, but can't get any kills with it. Had he been able to land at least 1 shot, would have been a huge push here. But so far, not really going to be able to make much headway here for VT. So really good push coming in for HzD, as they have managed to get back control of that C flag, start to get some tickets back into their favor. Solakillas does need to go ahead and back on up. We do see Blaze getting onto the flag. So the positioning here of None is pretty good. I like where he's going to be setting up. He will be able to allow or let his teammates know exactly where the pushes are going to be coming in from. Like the fact that he's going to be using his nades to try and back up some of these infantry players. Those incendiaries will be able to deny that area for just a few seconds. Exactly what they want to do. We do see a little bit of a flank happening over there onto the left side. Fuckerson should be able to spot him out as well. He does see one, will be able to take him down. Spots out a second one, but has to reload. Very low on health here, so he may not be able to win out on this one-on-one fight. No, he does not. Will end up going down. The tanks are back up for both of the teams, I believe. Yes, they are. The first one to the battlefield, though, will be Thoppy. And it does look like they are going to be able to hold strong here onto this site. So, 6 tickets to 3. HzD looking a lot better than what we did, or what they did at the very start of this game. VT really struggling to get back in onto the flag. They've been stuck at 3 tickets for pretty much this entire set once they lost the flag. Thoppy right now trying to get maybe a better angle there onto his opponent's tank. And yeah, so far the infantry play has been pretty decent coming out from HzD. You see Legolas and Blaze taking a little bit of damage from those mortars, but Legolas will be able to take down Joey. Looks for the push. I don't know if he knows if there's a guy right on the other side of this wall here. Not making the jump so far. Blaze should be able to spot him out. Blaze, though, does get shot from behind. A lot of damage coming in onto Legolas. And it does look like Legolas will be able to clean the majority of them up. There's one more player left. No, he does end up going down. So this is definitely going to be a good position coming in for VT. C-Site really fast going into their favor. Looks like they do they have the armor up on it? Yes, they do. Armor should be repaired here in just a few seconds. Does look like Thoppy did go down. So once again, it's going to be a retake coming in for HzD. Once they do capture onto this flag, that will be game over as they are 1 ticket away. So VT, they need to make sure that they finish the cap on C. They never finished the cap on C. They never got the full cap. They need to get their infantry players on it as soon as possible.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh my god, and they're going to lose their armor. This is the worst thing that could have happened. After a really good clean out onto the C site, a huge blunder. Honestly, don't know where their players were going or where they were even at. Legolas here is going to try and clean up this once again. He was able to do it the first time. There you go. C flag finally in their favor. But honestly, Deuce, that was like at least 2, maybe 3 tickets that could have already been in their favor had they finished out that cap.
Yeah, that was crazy. They literally just gave them, you know, a free chance at a comeback here.
And there you have it. Blaze is the last one up, really in a position to do anything onto the C site. We are going to be seeing some more squad beacons going down, so they should be able to get a couple more players in. But they know exactly where Blaze is really going to be positioning. They need to get onto this flag. Like I said, 1 cap, or as soon as it caps over, that is going to be this first half and a set into the favor of HzD. So Legolas does end up going down. Zab is going to try and come around the corner. He ends up getting picked up as well. Sola is not going to be able to stay alive. Blaze, though, finally able to get a kill. And it is definitely crucial that Blaze stays up. He will be able to get 2 more players left up and alive here onto the C flag. It's going to be coming down here to the wire. 8 to 9 tickets onto this last set. Legolas is in a position to do some damage. We'll be able to pick up 1. Picks up the second one as well. That is definitely a good start, but look at the armor now coming in. The limpet charge should be able to do a massive amount of damage, and it will be able to get disabled. It does seem like they should be able to take it out here. Legolas, though, trying to do the damage, will be able to hold him off, and that is going to be a 2-1 in favor of VT. So, really surprised to see that, to be honest. VT really making some blunders there towards the end. HzD looking really good. I mean, honestly, Deuce, they had 1 really tough retake that they were able to happen. They almost did it a second time as well. Smokes coming in really crucial, I think, for VT in that scenario. But how do you think that HzD's going to fare on the second play of A? Because, I mean, they got completely shut out the last time.
I don't know. I mean, clearly they were having a hard time playing that, especially you know what I think is the best side, the better side. Um, so if you're not getting those kills, unfortunately, on A and forcing them to respawn, and come back out of their spawn is going to be complicated for them. So they really need to aim for that raid leader, and kill him right away and force him to spawn back and force everyone to spawn back and make those runs. Because if you're just going to have their leader like who was it, Blaze? It was Blaze who was doing the.
Yeah, I believe so. It was Blaze.
Yeah. So as you saw, Ian Blaze just kept staying alive, and everyone kept spawning on him, and that plays such a key role, especially on A where you have such an open field. You have so much to run. It really depends on that, I think.
Well, we'll see if that is going to be the case. About 30 seconds, we'll be getting this thing started. Predictions, Deuce. Do you think that we're going to be seeing another set on either side? Really, just a blowout. Because usually, if there is a blowout, this is the flag that it happens on. Or do you think that's going to be a little bit closer, a little bit back and forth?
I think there's going to be a blowout. I think, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, I think you're right. It's really going to come down to who can control over there onto the ridge, and we'll see who that team is going to be. HzD is down 1 to 2 sets. This is going to be the first of 4. There is an opportunity for them to tie it up, so that is always a possibility. And we'll see how this thing is going to get started. We do see Legless once again going around for a massive flank. Nobody going in for a flank actually from HzD. HzD electing to push everybody over onto ridge side. And No One is also going to be coming over here for the tank as well. Is he able to get some lob shots on that? That was a really close lob shot. Ooh, Legless here. Gotta check him out. He's going to be able to pick up at least one. He did spot out the second one as well. That was going to be the enemy team's squad leader. And they will be able to take down the beacon as well. So nobody's going to be getting those spawns in very, very close. And yeah, that is a really good retake or a take over onto that alpha flag. They are going to be able to get the cap on it right away. Should be able to get in those sets right in their favor. And Legolas is in a fantastic position. This is what we were talking about before here, Deuce. If you were on the Axis side, it is so tough to get out of a spawn trap scenario. And that potentially is what we're going to be having here this entire time. Legolas is just going to start pinging away as soon as you're coming out of spawn. Those smokes will be crucial here for this team to try and get out. But Legolas, he's on the hunt, man. He knows the kills are just around the other side of these rocks. He's going to go ahead and do some more damage there to Scott Ninja, and his teammates will be able to finish it off. Some damage coming in from the mortar to try and push back these players. But honestly, that is going to be pretty tough to do. And yeah, this is just not good. The tank is trying to do some work over on the ridge. Surprisingly enough, the tank is still alive, but it is going to be getting pushed right now by Zab. Zab is going to go ahead and get some initial shots onto the tank. This mortar support also doing the damage. That is going to be one dead tank driver right there. Foppy somehow staying alive, though. I don't know how that's the case, but his tank will end up going down, so no armor whatsoever for HzD, and they aren't even close to getting onto this A site.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm very disappointed with one particular player here, and I think it played a big role with them losing out on this. If you saw the HzD medic, Joey, he was playing with a Mondragon Storm, and he was on the ridge to start off, and I think that's just a wrong play. You know, you want to be aggressive, and you want your medic to be next to your infantry because, yeah, your medic, it does have killing power, but it also has the ability of reviving your teammates and healing them up. And if you're not in on the action and you're playing too much on the ridge, then ultimately you're going to cost your team the win on the second. And that's exactly what happened.
I have to agree with you there. You do need to have control of the point or the objective, wherever it may be, before your medic kind of goes off and separates himself from the rest of the group. Either that, or you have to have extreme confidence within the rest of your players in order to stay alive and take, you know, all of their one-on-one fights or even one-on-two fights. But we are going to be seeing the power of the tank and positioning here as we are ticking down to the final seconds of this set. About to make it a 3-1. HzD in the deficit here. And there you have it. So we are, getting the squad wipe there just for good measure right at the end of the game. He's going to be padding his stats just for a second or so. But yeah, we are now going to be moving on over to this fifth set here, and is going to be back on B. Swap sides though, but look at Legolas right now. He is 31-20. We are going to be seeing Blaze 27-7. So as a raid leader, he is doing some work. And you know, it's always a really interesting play style that you can have with that raid leader. I've noticed that, especially when I've played it in rank play, I feel like I need to play more passive than I do aggressive, just because of how important that raid leader can be. But I've seen some players who are just phenomenal in terms of their maneuvering and positioning, and they can just do a insurmountable amount of damage with that kit, because it is good up close, as well as getting those players into the game as much as possible. So it's really interesting, the different play styles that you will see coming out for that raid leader. But look at how aggressive the tank is going to be getting right now. Joey does take a little bit of damage. Thoppy, it does end up going down. Fuckerson now getting picked up. Zabu is just making the rounds. He's like, you know what, guys? I'm just going to drive a big old circle, pick up a couple of kills, and you can kind of just finish it off here. That B flag, though, will be going into the favor here of VT. And really, HzD not looking so hot here. Once again, getting blowed out in the first point here. Second point, looking a little bit grim, but this is kind of where we saw it before. It's about the 3 or 4 mark before HzD was able to make a play to try and come on back in. It does look like Shot is going to go into a back one-on-one there with Fuckerson. Will end up losing out there. And it's all up to the tank here. It's all up to Zap. He's going to go ahead and get a couple of shots up top, as we do see this work clip. Some mortar damage onto the tank, down to 39 health now. Wisely will be backing on up using the smokes, and we will be seeing basically full kills happening onto the side of HzD. They've managed to get the flag about halfway burned down. It is neutralized, so no points are going to be going in here for VT, but interesting to kind of see it going back right now. We'll see if they can get these kills rolling on in. Get a couple of frags pushing them on back. They will be able to capture it here. So Deuce, in this situation right now, you are VT. You are up 2 sets. You're already up 5 tickets in this set. Really, in this you may differ here, but kind of just play it passively here. Just kind of slowly push up, get your kills, and you know, just walk your way up onto the flag in a very slow but methodical fashion.
Oh yeah, you're in no rush right now, so just, you know, play your game, you know, like you said, get a few kills and push all together. You know, get a little like line going. You're leading by 2 maps, so yeah, you need to, you know.
And it does look like they will be able to get the neutralize there onto the B site. So no more tickets going to be coming in for the time being. 3 to 5 for this set. Oh, Joey does end up getting caught out. Vuckerson will be pushing up through the smoke. He knows there's a guy just around the corner. We'll be able to take down Sola. Spots out the raid leader from the other team. That is a big kill right there. Players are going to have to come in from their main spawn, taking out the spawn beacons as well. That's going to be huge. So we'll see if Vuckerson can stay alive. There's a lot of damage that's going to be coming his way. He's down to 8 health. Should be getting spotted out here in just a few seconds. There it is. He is going to be spotted. But once again, nobody is capturing that flag just yet. There it goes, over into the favor of VT. 6 to 3 right now. Solar Kill is going to go ahead and make his way back on in to get a couple of those revives. And they are just, really, HzD is just struggling to make any kind of headway with these frags. They're definitely getting pushed so far back that they can't really make anything happen with it in a timely fashion. Solar Killers go ahead and push up the stairs. Does know there's at least one back behind the burning tank. His teammate, though, legless. I think he's going to go ahead and get the frag here. Nope, his teammate did beat him to it. B flag definitely in their possession. 8 tickets, 2-3. Nice little headshot going back and forth. So this game, I'm going to say that it is over right here, right now. Really not going to be seeing too much, I don't think, coming out. There is one player for HzD, but that squad wipe right there pretty much just clutched it up. All of them are going to be spawning all the way into the back of the game, or back of the map. We are going to be seeing one last final ticket coming on in. Zap's going to go ahead and push up just to make sure nobody can push into the site. But fantastic job right there from VT. They looked very, very strong on that alpha flag. That was pretty dominating. both times that they did play that alpha flag. And you can look over there on the KDs. Legolas 35 and 25, 30 and 9 going in there for Blaze with that raid leader. As I said before, it's very, very hard balance to strike with that raid leader if you're going to get aggressive or not. 28 to 11 for Shot, 15 and 9 there for Zab playing in that armor. On the other side, you did see some life coming out from Vuckerson using the mortar support. Not really a class that you would expect to be the top fragger for your team, but nonetheless, it is a decent
Yeah, that
gun.
shouldn't really happen. Like,
Yeah.
your AT assault shouldn't be going just 19 kills compared. Like, you're never gonna be able to like win when you know your AT assault is going 19-22, your trench surgeon is going 13-25, and not even getting that many revives. I don't think. Look,
Yeah, let's take a look at the revives that we do have. So 19 revives going down. Actually, it shows here that they had way more revives going in.
Wow,
for the
I
other
didn't
team.
expect that.
So unless the stats just aren't tracking, which sometimes they glitch out, so you can't always trust these. Sometimes they do kind of glitch, but yeah, that's pretty crazy if he was getting 19 revives and they were still getting out fragged to that point. I mean, yeah,
But the biggest problem I had with Hazard here is that, especially on that last sector, like they were getting like 1 or 2 kills, and then instead of pushing, once those kills were made, they just stayed passive, stayed in their head glitch, just watched for people to come. And I think they just didn't time that correctly. They couldn't time their pushes correctly. And when you're getting a couple kills, you might as well push into the flag, especially when you're losing like that.
Yeah. What do you think? You think Hazard's got a chance to come back?
I think they have a chance, and I think they're starting on the favorable side. However, I think they just need to, like you said, their AT needs to play smarter, and their medic needs to play a little more aggressive. He can't just be sitting back, you know. And I think maybe that weapon choice with the Monder gun wasn't the best choice, you know. Switching to that auto loading may help him be a little
but on that
more
alpha
upfront
point,
with their inf.
But on the alpha point, I definitely can see that gun being used. Because I know I've played against teams and I've played with teams where our medics did use that gun, and it is really good at long range. You can really get some good picks from distance with it. But it's like you said before, you know, you have to capture the flag first before you can use that gun's strengths. So
Exactly.
And they didn't.
I'm okay with you using that. You get the point. You die. You respawn. You get that gun. You can't. But I don't agree with using it from the start. You need to be more aggressive on the point, able to get those close quarter kills at the start. And if you're not doing that, then that's a problem. And then, like you said, the AT assault. When an AT assaults like obsess over the tank, then it's a problem for their team, because yes, the AT assault is supposed to go after the tank, but like you said, they have to focus on the infantry. They have the second, third best weapon in the game here.
You know,
And if it's not used correctly, it's gonna be tough for you.
Yeah, just from a caster's POV right now, I feel like the team or the player on the team who should be really focusing onto the tank, and I mean like making sure they're keeping track of the movements, watching the radar, all that stuff, would be the mortar support. Like, that's the guy who can make some of the most impactful plays against the tank. So we'll see if that's going to be the case here. As we are going to go ahead and get started, Hazard is currently going to be down in maps, and we are going to be seeing... Yeah. All right. So it does look like B site's first going to be getting captured over by Hazard. Blaze is going to try... Why is my cursor is not working here? There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Blaze is going to go ahead and get a couple of shots down. We'll be able to pick up at least one onto the B site. Not going to be finishing it out for Hazard. BT looking pretty decent here. We're going to go on board with Legolas, though. He just picked up 2 frags. Will end up getting picked up himself over onto that B house. Same time, Zab's going to be going back and forth with the tank. We do see... What is that? That is... Shot? Yes, it is. Shot is going to be on the other side of B trying to find that tank. And with already damage going into it, and Legolas going to go ahead and give chase. Legolas will be able to take him down. So that was definitely prioritizing the tank there for the AT guy, but that was like a 3-pronged attack onto the tank. Thoppy really didn't have a chance. He had shots coming in from the tank on the other side of the map, and then he had the mortars pushing him back into an awkward position, and then Legolas also going to be pushing him as well. So, I mean, that's kind of what it takes, is a 3-pronged attack onto those tankers. A really good communication going back for those players, knowing is not in the best position to go after this tank over onto water side, so yeah, he's going to be kind of in a tough spot. Can't really retreat too often much because the tank is going to be chasing him. Not too often you see a tank chasing down an AT player like that. That's hilarious.
That's amazing. That was amazing. I'm scared of you. You scared of me?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. We are going to be having Blaze picking up a little bit of an aggressive position inside the bush here. So I definitely like these spots. It will be a little bit harder there for the other team to concede. Already one set in their favor. 5 tickets to go before they secure a second one. This is going to be a best of 15 here, guys. So first team to get 8 will be your victors on the second map. We are going to be having one half of 7 sets. And then we'll switch sides, play another 7 until we hit that mark. But Blaze doing a pretty decent job so far. We'll be able to spot out the raid leader for the other team. And should be able to take down the spawn beacon. Not able to do so just in time. But he does spot out the push. He knows exactly where they're going to be coming in from. And Solar Killers should be able to clean this up, I believe. Yes, he does. Again, just really good killing potential with this gun. Very high rate of fire. Will be able to take him down. And that is going to be wiping him out from that right-hand push. And you know, I would almost suggest, Deuce, in this situation, that we have one guy pushing up towards that alpha flag from VT. VT, very good, strong position. You can see Zab, he's on the other side of the map for the armor. I mean, this is not some place that you see the armor normally on the Axis side. But I kind of like for them to try, after this next wave of infantry players, to push at least one guy up onto that A site.
Yeah, sure you can, but honestly, they're just relaxing. They're on the harder side of the map, and they're going 3-0 right now. So, you know, they can just relax right now and be like, you know what, take it easy, let this one ride through.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Legolas is going to go on the hunt right now. Raid Leader is trying to do some damage on this flank. And that's going to be Skunk Ninjas. Now, he has managed to get all the way around on the backside. I like what Zab did. Zab went ahead. He backed up his tank. He's like, you know what? I don't feel too comfortable with these 3 infantry players hitting me. We're going to go ahead and back out just a bit. But Skunk Ninjas will be able to get onto the site here. See if he's going to be able to get a couple of players spawning in. Noan is going to be one of them. And there's going to be 2 guys just on the other side of this B building. Noan, though, doing a really good job with the cross shot. Will be able to pick up 1. And they are starting to make some progress here onto this B site. More and more players spawning back on in. Joey is going to go ahead and get some more pressure onto this B site. Buckerson, though, on a very good position. Will be able to take down at least 1.
I can patch you in.
And I don't think Joey actually knows where he's at. Revives are going to be coming in. And this is another really big advantage of having that med kit. But, oh my god. It looks like Solar Killers is going to be getting 4 in a row, taking him down inside those hotel houses. Beautiful job there on his part. He finally does get it picked up. B-site slowly but surely going into the favor of HzD here. But Zab sitting onto the point with that armor, along with the raid leader Blaze. Will be a tough situation to crack here. It does look like 4-0 for the time being. We will be seeing VT dominating on this side of the map. Mortars are going to be coming in. Pushback Zap. We will be seeing Solar Kills as well. Inside that B house, taking a little bit of damage, but not really going to be much on him, as he is going to be that med kit. And here we go, Legless. He's out for blood. He knows the armor is around here. There's the first nade coming in. Nice damage going to be on him. Will end up going down. So, Deuce, what the hell do we need to be seeing coming out from HzD?
I have no idea. If you're having this much of a hard time on the easier side, I don't have an answer. Like, you need to get kills out at this point. Like, you're just getting way too out-fragged, in all honesty.
Oh my god, yeah, absolutely. Buckerson doesn't end up going down, but just take a look at that scoreboard right there. They are struggling in these in the frag department. We are going to be seeing Solar Killers, though, spotting out 1 over there next to tree. He could actually go in for a flank. He's also spotting out a couple of the spawn beacons as well, so They know there will be some pressure coming in on water side. They should be set up for it pretty nicely. We're going to go on board with shot, actually, as he will be able to spot out the raid leader. Will not get the kill. I like this here from Solar Killers. We'll be able to take down one. Armor for HzD getting onto that B point.
Skunk needs to get on the thing and help him cap.
Yeah, they definitely need the power cap right now onto that site. As we are getting very close into the sets. Now, none of the players here for HzD need to die. They need to make sure that they are the only ones getting kills or staying alive at the very least to get the timer on the B site going into their favor. Joey does end up getting picked up. One more, and the set is going to be over into VT. They need to be careful here. And Thoppy looking around for a couple more of these frags with the tank. But he is about half health at the time. So he needs to be careful. No end. Oh, look at that. Solar Killers is all the way around on the backside. And it does look like the first set is going to be coming in right now for the HzD squad. So 1-4. Not going to be a complete shutout as we saw earlier today. Legolas and Blaze, though, will be able to clean this out. Does look like it's coming down to a 1-on-1 on top of the flag. Blaze all alone here in B house. He does have a little bit of help on top of Hotel. And more players are going to be spawning back in. We saw Blaze with some fantastic play in that last map where he was able to get his team not only into the flags as much as possible, but also getting some massive frags going down. But Blaze definitely knows what he's doing. Zab is going to be coming up on the Hotel side, as well as Legolas. They are out for this tank. They want to take him down as fast as possible. And Thoppy will be backing on up. Like that play from him. Gonna go ahead and get out of there. That B site still not going into the favor just yet of the VT squad, and Legolas can't get the turnaround fast enough. Will go down. Zabu, not the best gun or best position to be in with that kit. And Blaze, the only man alive, onto that B flag, will try and get some desperation. Spawn beacons out. A couple of players are going to be spawning back in. Shotmat is also, I'm sorry, just Shot is going to be coming out over onto water side. So they are managing to stay alive here onto this B site. 2-4 though in the sets. We got one more set going down right now before we head on into our next half. Looks like a full clear onto the B site is going down. We do see Shot coming in from the back side. Zab with his tank will be back up. Thoppy going to be coming in onto that C site. He knows he's got to do some kind of damage on it. But he could be running into a trap. Legolas will be able to pick up at least one. Looks for the second one. Not going to be happening there. Zab in his tank. He's going to go ahead and push onto the B flag as well. Thoppy had to go ahead and bail out. Will be taken down into that B site. 2-5 in sets as we are going to be going in. VT up. And now they are going to be switching on to, as we said before, quite possibly the better half of this map.
This is gonna be rough. This is going to be rough. Honestly, I hope they can come back and we can, see a third map. But like VT really needs to play poorly to happen.
Yeah. Well, if they can just start getting some kills underneath their belt, man, things can turn around. They really can. Neon, like we said before, he's having some issues. 6-9. He's got that AT assault. He needs to start getting a little bit more kills in there. Battle mechanic, yeah, he's not doing as good as what he was before.
I mean, the vehicle uptime was pretty much the same. It's just that.
Yeah, it's just that he wasn't getting any kills.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting any frags while he was in the armor, and he was surrounded by players plenty of times, but just wasn't getting the kills. He was just popping smoke and backing out, which is a smart play to do, but he's not really having any impact, especially when those flanks were. Because if you remember, a lot of those flanks that were happening, they were on their side of the map. So, when that's happening, like, you need to clear out those flanks or your infantry is just going to have hell. And that's exactly what happened. They were getting flanked completely and over again. Solar Killer was doing a really good job as well, getting a couple of flanks going in with a med kit. And he was getting some important kills as well. So we'll see if they can bring it back. 2-5, as we are going to be seeing HzD down, not only in map count, but in sets. And they have one hell of a comeback here It is definitely possible. We'll see what the breakouts are going to be for both of these teams. If we see any massive flanks going down. And does look like we have potentially one going all the way water side for both of these squads. Wow, we have a heavy flank coming out right now for VT. Look at Legolas up there with his squad. We'll be able to spot out at least 2 of those players. They will not be getting onto that B flag anytime soon, as they have to deal with this pressure coming in from this flank. This is getting really hairy out here next to this null. It does look like Joey will be able to pick up one. Oh no, I was going to say, if Solo Killers did survive there, they would have been able to have an easy revive. That tank would have been in much more trouble than what he is. But so far, a decent setup. We do see a trade coming in. Blaze will be onto that B side. He's going to be able to get the cap on it as well, getting some infantry players to spawn onto that B house. Once again, we are just seeing a really good start coming in here. Solo Killers are going to try and stay alive. Will end up going down. Big push going to be coming up. Shot map not really in a position to do much there. We do see Skunk Ninja getting hit. Ninja getting his players back onto the flag. Joey is going to be set up inside bush. And you should be able to spot this mortar support inside the building here pretty soon. Be able to spot out at least one. Can't get the headshot though. Did a pretty decent amount of damage. But they need to be careful. Raid Leader Blaze is going to be on the hunt. He knows where one of them is going to be setting up at, right on top of the bush. He knows that spot. He's used it plenty of times. We'll be able to take down Joey. Turns around, spotting out another one. That's going to be the freshly spawned player of Vuckerson. Not going to happen, buddy, as he will be able to get taken down. Blaze, though, looking pretty damn good with the rest of his teammates. Only one player left up onto that log position. He's going to go ahead and back on out towards water. And Nyun will end up going down. So, yeah, not looking good here on that initial defense. They are.
I don't get what I just saw though.
One ticket. Well, they got at least one set up there.
No, but Noyan was alone on the flag. It was the last player. Instead of engaging and the guys that were pushing him, there was one guy, I believe it was Solak, and he just ran away and exposed himself in the middle of the field. Like, go for that 1v1. You guys are coming back in, so you have a medic coming in ultimately in a few minutes. So,
well, they do have an opportunity to make a decent push coming in. They need to get at least a couple more players onto the flag. There we go. To stall out any kind of tickets coming in.
Legolas.
Here's an opportunity for them. If they can get this burn and a couple more frags in their way, it should be pretty good. Although 2 more tickets and the set's going to be in the favor of VT. Blaze is doing a decent job of staying alive here. Ooh, we're getting a little bit of stuttering there onto the onto the game. But Blaze not spotting out 2 of the players setting up on top of Ridge. He's going to go ahead and back on up. We do see Legolas going to go ahead and for the push. Nyoan trying to go back and forth with him. Nyoan will be able to win out in that battle. Zabu, though, is going to be coming in. Thoppy setting on top of the flag. The first tank to get the shot off will be Zabu, which means that he's going to have a slight little advantage if there is a fight that's going to be occurring here. Don't know where the mortar support is just yet. Shot should be able to set up here in just a few seconds. Thoppy, though, has absolutely no chance of surviving here. Legolas should be able to get the grenade kill. Will be able to do just that. That will be a clean wipe, a clean sweep onto that B site. 6 sets now to 3, 4 tickets already in the bank. This is looking like we should be seeing a 7th set coming in very quickly. That B site going to be ticking on over. Already 5. Legolas going around for a flank. We'll be able to pick up 1. He gets shot from behind though, so no awesome montage moment there. But yeah, that's just. It's just looking like they just don't have the fragging ability to keep up right now onto this VT squad.
Yeah, I know exactly that the kills here are making such a big difference. Crazy.
They absolutely are. They're making a huge difference. Not only do they give you tickets, but they also give you positioning. They allow you to kind of bully the other team around the map. We are going to be seeing, though, Blaze spotting out at least 1. That's going to be Vakusun will be taking him down. Another player trying to get up into B house. Blaze did spot him out, but not fast enough. Skunk will be able to stay up and alive. Can he get the spawns in for his team? They need to get him here now. They need him getting here right now, as he will be getting pushed here from the right. And that is going to be solo killers with a very, very good medic gun. We'll be able to take down both of those players. That was a very valiant push onto that B site, but in the end, not going
Don't
to be
put the
happening.
beacon in the doorway, like just telling everyone where you are, though. Come on.
Well, but in that situation, you just got to get players up and alive. I mean, really, he didn't really have a whole lot of choices there. He was getting pushed. He knew it. And that is pretty much going to be game. We should be seeing 8-3 as our final score here. I like how aggressively they're getting pushed up right now. There's really just no chance. Yeah, and there it is. So that is going to be a big 2-0 there for VT, as we are not going to be heading into our third and final map. I do want to go over here to the scoreboard. Yeah, I mean, it was just frags. It came down to frags. They when they were getting kills, it was where they didn't matter. They just didn't matter. They were so far outside of the B point that by the time that they did get to the B point, we already had reinforcing players set up for VT. It was very difficult.
81 kills to 58. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, take a look at the scoreboard. 23 and 10 there for solo killers. I mean, this is proof. I mean, what we saw from Bounce, solo killer, other medic players, those guys, they can do a massive amount of damage with that kit. But the rest of your team has to stay alive. He can't be babysitting. And that's actually a good little thought right there. Joey, he did do some decent fragging ability, but he had to babysit his teammates so much in terms of getting the revives, making sure they were healed up. His teammates were not winning out on those one-on-one engagements, so it didn't allow him to be able to actually just roam the map and get those kills. That is something that's pretty interesting. I'm going to have to watch a little bit closer on some of these matches just to kind of see that, because that's kind of an interesting little dynamic there. If you have to babysit your team, obviously your trench soldier isn't going to be able to do much damage at all in the game itself. Blaze did a good job as well, 18 and 3. We mentioned before in the first map, if your raid leader, not only is he important in terms of getting those players into the map on the points, but he does have a decent gun, and he's able to get a lot of those frags going down. Kind of talked about some differences in play styles, but overall, I mean, not too bad between the two. Skunk Ninja was doing a decent job as well. I kind of questioned some of his placement when he was flanking around on the ally side. Some of it was kind of out in the open. It did allow the other teams to spot him fairly easily and take him out. So kind of maybe work on the placement there of his beacons to try and get his teammates in a little bit of safer positions before they push in.